Next thing we're going to move on to making are the tabs here, which run along the side seam of the bag and hold our swivel clip in place, which attaches to our D-ring. So we want this strip down here to be the same width as this strip up here. So let's get those cut out now and prepare them. Cut out my 2 strips here. These each measure 6 centimetres wide by 25 centimetres long. First thing to do, just as we did before, is to take your strips, turn them so that you're looking at the wrong side, and then you want to fold in half to create that crease, and then you're going to bring the raw edges into the centre so that they meet in the middle, and you want to secure them with some wonder clips. My PU strip is pinned, or clipped rather, and ready to sew. And I'm going to do the same as what I did before with the D-ring tabs and just top stitch down either side. Now we're going to do this slightly differently, and the reason for this is that we want to top stitch this down to secure it, but we also then want to stitch it to the bag. And with the top stitch thread, if you do 2 layers on top of each other of top stitch thread, that will be too thick. So what we're going to do is we're just going to, from this point downwards, use normal thread, and then we're going to top stitch on top of it. And for the top part, which is free and curves around your lobster swivel clip, we are going to use top stitch thread. Now, if that all sounds a bit complicated, don't worry, because I'm going to now talk you through exactly what we're going to do. So the first thing is to measure down 7 centimetres from the top edge and just make a little mark. And I'm just going to mark my strap by just putting some masking tape or some of that quilter's tape across. So I'm going to start up here, and I'm going to just top stitch with the heavy thread, the top stitch thread down to this, and then I'm going to switch over to normal thread and do the remainder with normal weight sewell thread. And whatever I do, I'm just going to demonstrate on one of these tabs, but I'm going to do exactly the same on both, because you've obviously got one for each side of your bag. I'm ready to sew, and I'm just going to do exactly the same as I did on my first, on my strap that I put my D-rings on, and I'm just going to come in a couple of millimetres from the edge. I've got my top stitch thread in. My tension is just ever so slightly higher on 5 instead of 4. My stitch length is all the way up to 4, which is the maximum stitch length for this particular machine. But whatever you did on the top where your D-rings were in place, you want to repeat that same look on the bottom so that they match up. We won't do a back stitch. We will just sew along here and stop when I get to that line that I've marked out with my masking tape. For those final couple of stitches, I can just hand wind so that I just end where that masking tape starts. I'm not going to back stitch, so I lift the needle away and draw that out there. There's my strip, and I don't want to trim those threads off too short. Rather than do that, I'll turn to the back and I'll just pull my threads through to the back, and I can do that by just pulling my bobbin thread, move my hand out of the way there, and then just grabbing a pin and pulling my thread through to the back. So that the threads are towards the back. So I now want to put my strap back under my machine, and I'm going to line my needle up so that it's hovering over one of the last couple of stitches that I did. And I just want to hand wind that needle down so it pierces my fabric at the same place. And I'm going to just overlap 2 stitches, let's say there, just a couple of stitches, and then I'm going to come all the way to the end of this strap with a normal weight thread. So I've just swapped over to my normal sewell thread. there's my normal weight stitches, my heavier weight stitches at the top. And I am going to eventually stitch over the top of these with a top stitch thread. But I didn't want to do 2 layers of top stitch thread, just one. So then I'll just do exactly the same again. There's all my stitching in place. I just want to trim off any of those thread tails now so that it's nice and tidy, so I can just trim that. This is the regular weight thread that I'm trimming here. And then you'll see that I've got my swivel clip there, so I'm going to actually use my swivel clip I'm going to thread it onto the end of my, oops, these are lovely and shiny and nice and heavy, got a really nice feel to them. So we're going to pop that onto the end, and we're going to just fold over the end there, and this is the end that has been top stitched over by 4 centimetres. Like that, and I should just put a couple of clips to hold that down. And we're now going to attach our tab to the side of our bag. We need to get this the right height up here so that when this folds down to meet it, it sits where we want it to. So what I'll do, let's just open this up so we can see our side seam there. So what we want to do first of all is we're going to do the same on both sides. It doesn't matter which side you start with. You're going to measure up 17 centimetres from the bottom raw edge and leave yourself a mark. So I'm measuring up from the bottom up along the side seam there, and my 17 centimetres is just there on the top of that, or on the bottom I should say, of that yellow stripe there. So that's 17. And I'll do the same on the other side. Hopefully it will be the same at the bottom of that yellow stripe. It's quite useful having these stripes. Yeah. So that's where the top of my tabs are going to sit. Let's start with this side. So make sure that your seam is pressed flat underneath, so that your seam allowances are pressed flat and open. And then you want to lie your tab that you've just made down so that the top of the tab just meets that marker and it's centralised with the side seam there. And that is how your tab is going to sit. You can always trim off the little bit of excess at the bottom later. It's always better to start off with it a bit longer and then trim off rather than be fiddling with it. So let's just pop some of my amazing tape that I am now loving. It's very useful, this tape, just to keep that in place. Like I say, you can use masking tape as well. And then I can just peel this off as I sew. So I'm just keeping it nice and straight there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start at the bottom here, and I'm going to retrace the stitches that I did to hold this down, and I'm going to cover that sew all thread with my top stitch thread, and I'm going to sew all the way up here beyond the wonder clips. And then once I get to the stitches that I did over the top of each other, I'm going to retrace them, pivot, come round, go across, pivot again and come round and come all the way back down to the hem again. So I've placed this under my machine and I've carefully lined up my needle so that it goes into the top of my stitching. I can just peel away that first bit of tape, and then I'm going to very carefully sew those top stitches on top of my original stitches. When I'm approaching the top, I'm just going to keep going, take out that clip because it's now going to get in my way. I'm going to go through all those layers. And then with the needle down, lift my presser foot and swivel everything around. So to tuck your bag into the nook of your machine a little bit there. Presser foot back down. Friend the bulky seam guide to get us across this bit here. I'm going to hand wind those final couple of stitches because I want my needle to land on top of my top stitching on the other side. Can get rid of those bits of tape. They've served their purpose now. And we're going to just lift the foot with the needle down. We're going to swivel all the way around and come back down the other side. It's actually easier to swivel my fabric away from my machine rather than passing it all through the nook. So that's the finished effect of a nicely top stitched tab there, and we've got that crossbar going there to hold that in place. So when your bag is finished, the D-ring will come down and be snapped in place by the lobster clip in order to create that nice boxy feel to your bag. So I'm going to do exactly the same on the other side, and then we're going to move on to doing the base of our bag. So on both sides of our bag, I've now sewn on the tabs, and they should match up nicely so that they're the same on both sides. Just trim them off at the bottom there, and those raw edges are all going to get tucked away into the base of your bag in any case. Let's set that aside for now because we're going to go back to working on the lining just for a moment.